Why is he so, like, nervous?
Sus! 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 Among Us! Among Us! Is that sus? Is that sus? Real! Among Us! Among Us! Real! Among Us!
Hello, we're the
How's that?
NostalgiCast. We remember it so you don't have to.
We're getting more and more low effort with these intros right here.
Yeah, I just told him to fucking fart, and now we're starting, so... Well, it certainly has been a while, hasn't it, Bobo?
Yes, Eduardo, that's your name.
Yeah.
We've certainly been keeping busy. We've been, what have we been doing? Buying Funko Pops and shit?
Yeah.
We've been collecting them. I bought the whole Doug set.
You even bought the limited edition Quail Man Funko Pops?
Yes, exactly. It was a lot of fun collecting that one. I also bought a lot of, like, fucking MCU Funko Pops, and I soy-faced in front of all of them. It was a pretty epic stuff.
But we're not here to talk about Funko Pops.
We're not talking about... What?
We're not talking about Funko Pops. We're here to talk... Why don't you introduce the subject?
Well, okay, so here's the thing, guys, right? Well, I was browsing Twitter one day, and I bumped into... Did I tell you the story of how I learned about this manga we're reading? So I was browsing Twitter one day, and as you know, Eduardo, anime fans are racist, right?
Yeah.
They seem to really hate it when an anime character, a popular anime girl, is, like, interpreted as black or anything other than, like, a white or Asian character. So this person was really mad about some girl named Nagatoro because people thought that because she was dark-skinned, that meant that maybe she was, like not white or Asian. And this guy was like, guys, listen, she just has a tan. Do you not see her tan line? She is not black. And I was like, whoa, man, don't need to get so defensive. It's just some random guy on Twitter. So I was like, okay, racist anime fan got me thinking, what is this manga that he's talking about? So I googled Nagatoro, and I found this what's it called? Like, Don't Bully Me Nagatoro.
Please don't bully me, Nagatoro, and I think that's what it's called. And yeah, so it's like this. I'll take the reins. It's like this weird humiliation fetish manga thing where this, like, total string bean beta male, like high school sophomore, is, like, bullied by this freshman girl who's, like, a total Chad. Well, actually, she's not. I shouldn't use that word, but she's like...
She's not really a Chad,
no,
but she's like very assertive.
Yeah, she's very assertive, and, like, she calls him a cuck all the time, and that's basically it. And so, yeah, you said to me one time... No, you posted on... when the anime about this came out, she used the word sus, and then people on Twitter were, like, freaked out about that, like fucking wild monkeys. So...
Yeah.
So then
So that was your first exposure to it, right?
Yeah. So
not some indignant anime fan on Twitter, right? that was whatever.
This is even worse. Is an indignant internet memer.
Yeah, pretty
on the
much.
internet screaming about amoogus.
See, okay, I have to rant about something, like, ahead of time. The first images that come up when I search "Don't Bully Me Nagatoro" is, like, her showing her feet off to the guy, and him telling him to put on, like, a sock for her. So obviously getting into some, like, foot fetish humiliation shit right here, you know? Just saying. Just to test the waters for what we're about to talk about.
Yeah. So
anyway,
you had the brilliant idea of having us doing a book club and discussing this. Because why the fuck not? Right?
And I think you read a bit ahead of me, actually, because I stopped after how many chapters? Like 23?
Yeah. What was the last what happened in the last chapter you read?
They got back from the beach, I think. And after she rubbed... Wait, no, okay. It's the hula hoop one. Please Don't Bully Me Nagatoro, Volume 3. No, wait. Okay, let me check again. Sorry.
Okay,
chapter...
So I think the hula hoop one, yeah, I can't fucking remember what happens in that one, but...
Chapter 23... Chapter 23.4?
Okay, I think that's like one of those weird filler things that, like, I don't know, it doesn't really have a plot, it's just kind of a stupid gag or something.
They're meant to be like cute skits, you know? No, wait. I got to the summer festival. That's right.
Okay, so did you get to the end of the summer festival?
I like when we're talking about like the lore of this.
Yeah,
shit.
the lore of it.
Yes, I think I got to the end.
Yeah,
of
where
that,
they
and-
almost kiss, but then they don't.
Yes, I remember
Okay,
that. Yes,
okay, so-
that's where I stopped.
Yeah, we should start at the beginning. We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Okay, yeah. So it opens with chapter 1. It's called "Please Don't Bully Me Nagatoro," and it opens with fucking the woman Nagatoro basically bullying Senpai for looking at porn.
No,
which is
for
something that
drawing
every-
porn. That's his thing. He fucking draws porn, and then she calls him out for having a total like a self-insert OC character, and then she's like, "Hi, why don't you try it? Why don't you try to do the stuff he does?" And then he's too much of a bitch. And then
I think in chapter 1 it's just like an anime that he's watching, but yeah, he also does have like a self-insert story that he's like drawing, right?
yeah, like a total fucking loser. And she's like, "Hi, you're too
It's
much
kind
of a
of
cuck." And there's like a really uncomfortable, not scene, but like where she makes him cry, and then she wipes up his tears, and then like you can tell her it's a really. That was a really bad first impression because I knew it was gonna be like, oh my god, this is gonna be a fucking humiliation fetish thing, and it totally fucking is.
See, that's the thing. Okay, as the manga continues, so in I have to say, like they go on a little too strong in the opening, right?
Yeah,
And you get
definitely.
used to it kind of as you read along, I'd say, and like they sort of easen up. But I honestly in the first few chapters, Nagatoro is kind of the worst.
Yeah, she's kind of a total bitch. I mean,
she's just kind of bullying Senpai, and it's like one of the. It's just kind of a mean thing to read.
Yeah,
because like you're watching this obvious beta guy that just like can't really stick up for himself. Doesn't she like offer to like have him draw her naked, but like he
yeah, something
messes
like
up
that. But he's
somehow
too
or
much of a
something?
beta male to take the offer, so she like.
Yeah.
So he draws her like kind of, and then she's like, "How you draw shittily, you fucking cuck." And then basically the formula of this is she asked him to do something. He kind of is like, "No, I can't do that." And then they kind of meet halfway,
it.
and then he does it, and then she calls him a total beta male cuck for being a loser. And
That's right. She makes him cry. She makes him cry in chapter volume 1, chapter 2. Watching you is so fun.
Yeah, she makes
Like,
him cry
goddamn.
twice, and then and then like in the 4th chapter, I think she like touches
The
him or
crazy part is
something.
someone bought physical copies of this, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's the kind of shame that'll never go away. Spending money
There are
on
many-
this fucking thing.
There are many jizz stains, I'm sure, on that guy's copy that
God damn it.
keeps the book together.
Yeah, so I feel like the worst, definitely it peaked in how horrible it got early on when in like chapter 4 or something she touches his pee-pee, and then like later he
That's right,
jerks
he
off
jerks
to
off.
that. Like that, I was like, come on, you don't have to be that on the nose. I feel like the earlier issues were like a lot more experimental and like upfront with being a humiliation fetish thing, because like
That's the thing. I think they had to like draw you in pretty much. Oh yeah, and like by the way, the way he jerks off is so weird. He's like humping his back.
yeah.
It's pretty funny, but it like I'll say that's kind of funny, but like it's still a bit odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she always just calls him senpai. It's like whatever. Yeah, and as it goes on, I'd say it gets less and less. It definitely peaks, I'd say,
In
at
how
the,
bad it gets, in that early chapter.
Yeah. Do you think it gets better later on, if I might ask?
I mean, I feel like it's better. It's not just a humiliation fetish thing anymore, but so
It's like a romance.
By definition,
Also-
it is better. By default,
Also,
I should say.
why does she have a fang?
I don't know.
So I guess like what I'd
Her
like to
teeth are
ask is
crooked
like,
as shit.
oh, what?
Her teeth are crooked as shit.
Yeah, she needs braces. But the thing about it is like, okay, listen, like you think that you think it's weird that like it becomes more vanilla as it goes on, and it's not the other way around. Like, because like you think like you don't open appealing straight up to the humiliation fetishes. You got to kind of draw people in with a sort of plot that like is rather appealing.
Maybe
You know what I mean?
Maybe he was just like the guy who wrote this was like he didn't want to fuck
All right, let's
around
get-
at the beginning. He wanted to get his dream out there in case it got canceled early. So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go all the way." He's gonna masturbate in episode 4.
I also think it's like comes from a concept of, okay, let's get the normies out of here right now. Just let's get my fellow humiliation fetishes in the game.
I mean, also episode 7, she jerks off his hands or whatever. You know, with the soap.
Oh, right, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking through them right now, and
Senpai, there's still foam on you. God. What did you think of how? I think the most like overt humiliation shit was when she rubbed in the sun bloach.
Oh
with
God,
her
not
feet.
that. We're gonna talk about other stuff first.
Did you? Oh, first of all, it was such a dick move of her to like make fun of like. She basically compared him to like a beetle on the ground, a cicada.
That was a cicada. Yeah. God, those fucking things are annoying. But yeah,
that's kind of cruel.
And then
she talks about. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I also couldn't stand. I'm looking through them, like skimming through them right now, and they have her in like this fucking like spandex outfit, and like have him in a collar and shit. Like, why bother doing it at this point? Come on, like
yeah.
And the early chapters were certainly interesting.
Also, I mean, I have to ask, do schoolgirl uniforms, are they actually like that? Something makes me doubt that. I'm gonna be honest.
Like what?
Like the skirt is awfully high. Is all that I'm saying.
You know how school dress codes are. They don't allow the skirt to be high. I mean, unless in Japan they're kind of freaky that way, where they demand it's high.
They do be kind of freaky like that. Wait,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that it's just purely an anime thing. I'm gonna be honest. Because I mean. Like, you know why.
But women's rights aren't the greatest in that country, so I don't know. Who can say?
Yeah. It's time for Nostalgia Critics to go on a rant about Japan.
Yeah, that's good. And have Homer Simpson interject with stuff about the age of consent.
That shit was so funny. Nostalgia Critic, like, I don't know why Sailor Moon, of all things, set him off like that.
Yeah.
About the age of consent. Yeah, isn't the girl, like, 15 in this or something?
Yeah. So that makes all the weird sexual stuff kind of sus, especially because the target audience is 100% over 18. But
you're acting kind of sus, bro. Really, you think the target audience is over 18? Yeah, I guess this does seem something that like a 20-something would watch, not like a teenager
or some really perverted old guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, yeah, I forgot she like. Yes, we forgot about this part. He calls her in the bath.
Oh yeah, what the fuck is that? Like, no, she calls him in the bath, but then later they exchange contact information, so that couldn't have occurred that point in the story, so this guy just plays the author just plays fast and loose with the continuity. Does nobody care about the continuity, the canon of Please Don't Bully Me Nagatoro-san?
You just called out Nagatoro's continuity error, bro.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, come on, the writer, get with it, bro. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Program.
Wait, they don't exchange their contact information until later?
Yeah, they don't do it until like before summer vacation, so she can call him so they can go to the beach.
What?
Don't you remember that?
Communicate?
Well, no, they just kind of fucking show up and they're at the same school, so that's just kind of how they communicate.
Oh, I remember. Yeah, there's the chapter where Senpai dreams like of her as like a cat girl, and they're like fighting.
Yeah.
That was just like, whatever. And she like smooches him on the cheek, and she's like not like a jerk. And then it's kind of sad. Oh, I'm dreaming if my girlfriend wasn't a complete asshole.
No.
There's something kind of depressing about it. And then he decides to jerk off, and that's the episode. What if they end? I think that this comic would be infinitely better is if like every chapter ends with him jerking off.
Yeah, it'd be a lot more on the nose.
And basically, like in the last chapter, it's like, this is what you should be doing at every chapter. He like says it to the reader, you know, just to make it clear. Is it going to be shearing time soon? Should I help out? I'll get the scissors. Shave off the fluff. Shave off the fluff. Ah ha ha ha.
What the fuck?
No, she's talking about his head hair, not his pubes.
Oh, it would have been so much better if they made a chapter purely about pube jokes. Do you have pubes, senpai?
I would have loved it.
Yeah.
You know.
course you
we're
would've.
okay. We're on chapter 10 now. Chapter 10.1. Senpai praise me,
What the
where
fuck?
Senpai and the girl are watching a football game, and basically
Football.
Senpai's getting
It's soccer.
Sorry, I forgot I'm not British. Yeah, soccer. Anyway, they're watching a soccer game. Football makes more sense though. It's like your football, you know, like
Okay,
you're
well,
kicking the
here
ball.
in America, we don't make sense.
Yeah, that's a good point.
We make soccer
Anyway.
games. Damn it.
Yeah, America doesn't make sense. We elect Matt Gates.
Yeah.
Haha. Get it? That's a political
That's
joke.
topical.
Yeah, topical. It is. Anyway, so they're playing soccer, and she's like, "Oh, you're a cuck because I'm attracted to these soccer players. They're hot." And then she's like, "Are you jealous?" And then he's like, "Oh, whatever." And then she decides to be a bitch. And then she's like, as practice, you can compliment me. Do you remember that one? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he says, "What? Your hair is silky, and that's good." And then she laughs at him. She calls him a cuck, and it's just. That's how you can describe most of these chapters. So then they they say they're cool, blah blah blah. They've been complimented. They have a little argument, some chemistry, blah blah blah. And then Senpai starts crying, and Senpai she calls him a cuck again. And then she starts laying on the couch and watching him, and being like, he's cute. And then to be continued. Then you got chapter 10.2.
We don't need to go through a run through of all of these because I swear to fucking God. Oh, they advertise their own show. They advertise their own thing.
Yeah, no, 10.2 was the retrospective, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the turning point where the SJWs took over, and it became PC.
Wait, sorry, what?
It's when the SJWs took over, and he couldn't jerk off anymore. It's a real turning point in the Nagatoro canon.
Did they really mention SJWs?
No, of course they didn't.
Oh, okay. What if Senpai starts an anti-SJW YouTube channel?
That'd be very fitting for his character.
That'd be a good direction. He's like, these women, whatever. Let's continue on.
Yeah, and so there's the Valentine's Day episode where she has a gift for him, and then she doesn't give it to him and calls him a cuck.
I think the end of every episode should just be him jerking off and her calling him a cuck. Yeah. That's pretty much what we're getting here.
This is a big formulaic show. And then they introduce her friends, Nagatoro's friends, who call him a cuck, and then she goes,
she doesn't like that. She
gets all protective of him, and she's like, "Oh, I'm the only one who can do this, you bitches." And then
she's the one that wants to have the authority to call someone a cuck, not the friends. And yeah, the friends are catty and mean and shit. So it continues. Blah blah blah.
They
blah blah.
She pokes his nipples, which is it didn't completely sanitize by chapter 10, I guess.
Did she manage to poke his nipples?
Yes. Phenomenal.
Did he manage to poke her nipples?
No, he's too much of a beta male to do that.
That's right. I forgot he failed.
Yeah.
Moving on.
She catches him drawing her as a cat. That's really fucking weird, drawing your friends as a cat. Or acquaintances, whatever.
That's how you pick up ladies. Yeah, come on now.
That's true.
Yeah. Let me just draw you as a cat real quick. Yummy.
This is what you look like as a cat, babe. Want to go out?
Yeah, want to make out. I wish you were a cat girl. Oh, I thought she got an earring, and then she said that, hey, why don't you get your ears pierced? And he said, you're scared. And then she threatens to pierce his ear. It's a bit of a yikes.
And then he's like, no, I don't want to. And then she does it. And then he's like, no. And then she's like, just kidding. I didn't actually do it. You pussy. And that's basically it.
Cuck. They call him a cuck. So the next one, she starts tickling him and calling him a cuck. And then she tickles him some more and calls him a cuck some more and says, you're a loser. Let me button down my shirt. But then it's just her swimsuit underneath. It's a little joke. And then he starts tickling her. And then she tickles back.
Okay, enough about the fucking tickling chapter.
Wait, what? Enough with tickling. This chapter is just a colored version of the Cicadia one.
Yeah.
So we're skipping
Cicada.
that one.
Cicadia. Pop.
Katie, that one.
Just do the 15th one. She makes fun of
Your
him for
arms
being
are-
weak, and then she tries to like get him to do a push-up, and she sits on him because of course she does, and then people pass by.
Awkward.
Yeah, and then awkward, and that's it.
That's the episode. People saw her and she's embarrassed. Lol.
Lol XD.
Chapter 16. Senpai's fluff.
And then
I don't like where this is going.
Yeah, they groom his pubes, and then the other girls come in and like, no, let's shave him. And then she comes in and she's like, no, don't do that. And then they get it. He gets a trim, and then that's it.
Then it ends with the senpai getting a subscription to Manscaped, and that's the end of the episode. Moving on from these thoughts. At chapter 17, hey senpai, they're in the rain.
Oh, this is the character development one. They're in the rain, and then they fucking argue.
That indicates character development.
Yeah, and then she invites him over to her house. Whoa, things are getting spicy. Will they have sex? Let's see.
No,
they won't. In episode 18, chapter 18, she goes to his house. He goes to her house, and then she kicks his ass at the video game, and like that's it. And calls him a cuck again.
The end.
Whoa.
Then chapter 19, gross senpai. It opens with a disclaimer from the author. I think
it's just the piracy translator saying, I can't keep up. You guys quit complaining.
Wait, let me read this. Hey, so here's Nagatoro chapter 19. Please keep in mind I'm not a typesetter or affiliated with any teams. In fact, this is my first ever trek into this territory at all. I only took over this time out of necessity. I promise no quality, consistency, or anything special. This was just to get the chapter out in some form so everyone can enjoy to some degree. I used the /A translation with some grammar fixes. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. And he's like this dejected looking guy.
This fucking loser. He kind of looks like the Gaijin Goomba. With a hat.
Gaijin Goomba?
He's translating this, bro. He's the translator.
It could be Gaijin Goomba, honestly. Alright, so he's eating in the art club room, and like the girls are there, like Nagatoro's friends, and like they call him a cuck and make fun of him, and then Nagatoro walks in and is like, oh, so you were talking to my girlfriends, whatever. Then it's a hot day, so they decide to get some like ice or something. See, that's what I mean. Like at this point, it's becoming like more and more of like just a regular rom-com show. I'd say.
Yeah, it's a lot tamer. She's not like shoving the ice down up his ass or something.
I think honestly, like if you're gonna start like all balls to the walls, it should have at this point it should be like escalating to shoving like fingers up his ass.
Okay, maybe not that far, but
ice.
Yeah, shoving shaved ice up his ass.
Yeah, it'd be pretty like freaking epic.
Yeah.
So as it goes on, they talk some more and they have like more character development. Then they go to the beach. Now this beach episode.
This is where they start to ramp it up. They haven't lost that edge.
Yeah.
They exchanged numbers at 21, and they had the like video chat in chapter like in one of the extra ones before now. So the canon is all wrong. The continuity is all fucked. So, by this episode, she invites him to the beach with her stupid friends.
Should I complain about this continuity error on Reddit?
Yeah, you should. You should go into the r/Nagatoro and complain about it.
First of all, Nagatoro's tan line is really throwing me off, I will say. Do you find it weird?
I guess.
It's kind of cool that they're portraying someone with a tan line. There's representation there.
I guess. I don't know. I thought she was Indonesian or something. Man, I don't know.
No, that's why I brought up that racist on Twitter that was like, no, she's not brown or anything like that. You know what I mean? So he wanted to make it clear,
Yeah. Oh, chapter 23 is when it gets spicy, when she fucking takes off his clothes and then covers his back with sunscreen using her fucking feet. Because of course, and like it's really
right, because like
fucking uncomfortable.
he couldn't do it with his. Yeah, it's very odd. And then they all start stepping on him too. They like join in, and like he can't take it because he's a loser.
He's a fucking beta male.
Yeah.
I don't fucking get it. I thought they were done with this at this point. In like after this, they don't really show anything else. Like they don't show anything anything else like
that
risque.
we know of.
Yeah. Well, I skipped to like chapter.
Yeah.
No,
okay.
30.
Well, I mean,
34. Yeah. By then they start to like make it an actual like. They start to introduce actual conflict with the school president and this like other girl who's like a total idiot, and like the president threatens to shut them down. To shut the art club down.
They mellow the fan service out.
Yeah, definitely.
Bit, right?
I think like
great.
The tension with the school with the class president is that he has to draw her naked or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention. I was kind of skimming through it while listening to Phineas and Verb songs. So I don't know, but yeah, it definitely toned down the fan service in favor of like an actual plot. So
what a price to pay!
Yeah, that foot thing was the last overly fan service thing you'll get, apart from the inevitable hot spring scene, which I'm sure will happen in volume 150 or something.
Well, there are like 80 chapters.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really know. I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. They go to the festival. It's cute. Whatever. I don't know. Honestly, Senpai is the only kind of lame character. Like, as annoying Nagatoro can be, I'd say she has more of a character than Senpai.
Yeah, Senpai's just a total beta male.
Yeah. And I'd say at least Nagatoro's like Jar Jar Binks in that, she's annoying, but
she is not. Don't compare her to Jar Jar Binks. She is unworthy.
That's a good point. Yeah, Jar Jar is much better than Nagatoro,
Misako Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, muy, I love you.
Muy, I love you.
Oh, muy. But yeah, it goes on. She calls him a cuck. That's as far as we read.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, and that's really like what it is.
Yeah,
I mean,
honestly, I don't read much or any
manga. Are you
manga,
glad you read it?
But no, I'm not. It's not a very good first impression, honestly. I'm not very interested in reading more.
What?
I'm not interested in reading more of this or any other manga,
yeah,
manga, comic book. So,
mango.
Fuck.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess all we have to do is talk about the anime adaptation, and all we know about that is that she says sus.
Sus. Yeah. Brilliant. Sus. Hey, wait. Our intro should have been that.
Ah, damn, that was a perfect missed opportunity. Well.
Okay, I got. Why don't you just edit it in before the video starts?
Oh yeah, good idea. Cool. And then you'll have your fart sound playing.
Brilliant. Yeah, we did it.
But we should give a critical consensus on this.
I think people like it.
No, but how do you like it? What would you give it out of 10?
I mean, it can be cute sometimes. I think that if you took out just the humiliation shit, it'd be a pretty normal romantic thing.
Yeah.
But
it would be an okay 6 out of 10.
There's only so many times I can watch Senpai get bullied and then called a cuck. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
For that reason, I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10 because I am not sexually interested in male and female relations. Not me, no sir.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really, as much as you might, as you are hesitant to admit it, I know you secretly get off to this, to Senpai.
I mean, she's cute. I will admit, I guess. She's like an anime girl.
Okay, whatever. But... So I just don't get it. I think it's the sus was the only actual enjoyment I had out of it. The other times it was just what the fuck? Yeah. Well, she says suspicious in the first chapter, so that's close enough, I guess.
You can just pretend like she said sus.
Yeah. Toast acting sus with no one around. But yeah, I think we've gone over every facet
I
of it.
was in comms.
I was with AOC. Oh, don't you dare
Don't you dare
marinate
marinate
me.
me.
I don't like the sound of that. Screaming,
Screaming,
screaming.
streaming.
Time to erect. Unanimous vote. Dr. Dis.
Dr. Dis. Respect. Okay, we were the NostalgiCast. We remembered it,
so you don't have to.
You don't have to. Blah, 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 bye.